Yorushka. This is a group who I have been criminally overlooking for too long, and we're going to start putting that right now. First of all, I should point out, I have heard so much about them, and their name has been buzzing around me. Obviously, from living in Japan was a big factor in that. But also, when I, most recently this came to a head when I was doing my track-by-track reaction to the Ado cover album. And of course, she did the song Dawn and Fireflies, which was a cover of Yorushka. And while I was going through there, one of my followers, who I have a lot of respect for, he literally just said, bro, you are missing out on some of the best music in Japan if you've only heard a couple of Yorushka songs. They are my favourite Japanese band of all time, with a few others vying for the same spot. Not quite full favourite then. And so anyway, look, Dragonfly, awesome person, has been following this channel for a while. And yeah. We're going to dive in with the new song then that came out just a couple of days ago, 4 days ago, I think this came out. It's already got nearly 3 million views, so popular group. This is called Abaku. Now, the interesting thing is as well, is like I said, I've been hearing about the name of this group for so long, but when I did actually do this reaction, sorry, it keeps on flashing on the screen. When I actually did do that reaction, I decided to learn a little bit about the group first of all. So I kind of learned about Enbuna, about the how the singer came in and the Vocaloid background, all these things. And I'd heard a couple of Yorushka songs before on our Twitch streams, and you know, even on the Ears to These podcasts that I do with like Neon Reaper Reacts and Reactomat, who both check out Yorushka much more than I do. We've had these conversations. So yeah, I am so overdue jumping into this. Let's just check out a new song by this group and see how we go. I've enjoyed everything I've heard by them so far. Got to be honest, it's not one of those groups where I've gone, oh my god, this is like my favourite thing ever. But I like this sort of creative edge that everything seems to have. And looking at the first frame of this video, we're definitely going to be going in an interesting direction with this. So let's give this a little try. I'm interested to see what we get. Fingers crossed. Bit of a Latin flair. Oh, he's back. Okay, time loop. Oh, the time loop picture in the background as well. Abaku means like bubbles, right? Oh yeah, it's got bubbles in the lettering. The singer's voice really beautiful. I'm liking the build up. I want to know what happens with the song and the video. The piano work. Oh man, love that chorus. By the way, the video reminds me of, what was that game where it's like you got 90 seconds before you get caught and it keeps looping? Between the guitar line and the drums, it's just got such a kinetic feel. There's so much. This is beautiful. Beautiful feeling that you can just really feel all the instruments. So raw and yet so full. Ooh, that shift in the rhythm. Oh, and the little dissonant piano chords. Oh, I love it. I love it. The video's very clever. My attention's kind of like cut between the video and the song. Oh, dear me, dear me, dear me. Okay, that is such a really, really satisfying listen and watch. You know, the funny thing is, a lot of the time I say, even though I kind of get a lot of Japanese lyrics just by listening to them, yeah, my Japanese isn't that bad. It's like, by the same token, I usually don't focus too much on having lyrics on screen because I just like to take in the music. And the video, I just like to let it sort of just kind of wash over me. But in this case, it's like the video draws your attention and the song draws your attention. The song's got so much going on. And the video might not have a huge amount going on, but it's like so interesting that you can't help but have your attention kind of really grabbed in every single way. And for me, this is so wonderful because at its core, this is not a song or a video that has any big twists and turns. It's not like it's having to constantly do these wild changes to keep you interested. Instead, it's just fundamentally interesting. You know, the video has a fundamentally interesting premise. I was saying before, I love how just the little details, like you immediately notice, like the never-ending stairs in the background, little things like that. I'm sure things like the repeated pattern are here to kind of cause you a little bit of that feeling as well. You've got these things going on, and at the same time as that, you've got this song which is just it's sticking to a relatively similar timbre throughout. It's sticking to a relatively similar tone and structure, and yet you listen to it and there's so much going on. You know, we start off immediately with a very sort of nice, simple kind of Latin style guitar line. But then the beat when it comes in is this really quick shuffle. Very sort of, you can really kind of feel, like I say, you can feel every snare hit. It's got that tangible feeling that I often describe being a quality that if you can nail it in a song, really just makes everything feel much more like alive, much more, real. And so you got that, you got this beautiful vocal line. I must say again, massive respect. I have a huge amount of respect for anyone who comes up through doing things like Vocaloid, because for me Vocaloid is it's a territory where it's all about just purely being an amazing writer. But when you have like nailed that quality of being an amazing writer, and then you just happen to go, oh well, now I've got an amazing singer as well, it's like you kind of like you got a double win there. So I feel like that quality nailed it. But for me, the piano added so much, because that Latin guitar line is kind of, a little bit of the octave, boom, boom, kind of same note, down one octave, up one octave, and then just shuffle down a little bit. It's fairly simple. Again, as nice as that drum line is, there's some really cool feels, but it's relatively simple for the best part. For me, the piano did a lot to bring this to life. There was a lot of really interesting bounce to the piano, and that was really adding the color between everything. I love that section around the middle where you suddenly start getting all these the drum beat, the snare went very offbeat, and then you got this kind of dissonant piano line. That was gorgeous. Really enjoyed that kind of, just as the song was starting to feel settled in, maybe a little bit predictable, it just kind of gave everything a little bit of a different, unpredictable edge again, but again, without breaking the momentum, the flow, the consistent nature of what we were listening to up until that point. So yeah, I have to say, I was just taken by everything in this. It's one of those songs that doesn't do anything which necessarily on its own is like a wow. There's no thing in there where you go, wow, that's really amazing, I've never heard that before. It's just so well executed. It's just an example of really well superb execution of a fantastic idea. I will say as well, the video, again, it reminded me there's a couple of like indie video games that kind of follow a similar formula to this, where something inevitably is going to happen and you have like a short amount of time to resolve it before it's all over. Actually, there was a couple I'm thinking of. I won't get too deep into this because I don't really play very many video games, but it's like there's one which was quite recent, which was quite famous because it had a lot of famous actors in it, but there was one before that where it's like literally the police are coming to your house and you have like 90 seconds. So it's like the format I have seen before, and of course we've all seen time loop formats before, but I think this was really well executed. The final reveal, yeah, I kind of like that. It's interesting because like the fourth wall thing is hinted at. There's bits where you see the glass get shattered by gunshots and things throughout. So I think that the eventual fourth wall break is pretty cool. It is a bit weird though, because you get dragged into the existence, but when you look at it, it's only. So I can't help but maybe oh yeah, and by the way, I like that you've got more of these infinite time loop pictures here as well, which is really cool. I can't help but say that from my perspective, just the way I was thinking, when we got dragged through there, when we eventually saw it, I was like, could a human really fit through there? How did he drag us through a TV screen? But maybe I'm being over analytical there, aren't I? But I think the actual format, I think the whole format of this was absolutely superb. Loved it. Also loved the fact that his face kind of looks very two-tone posterized, but then the minute that the glass gets shattered, he actually looks much more real. Yeah, there was like really cool little moments in this. I think everything about this was just beautifully executed. Really enjoyed it. Yeah, this was very satisfying. So one of those ones where I hope that people do come back to it. I hope that people do re-listen to it because performance, beautiful, instrumentation, lush and interesting, chorus, relatively catchy, video interesting. Yeah, not much I can say negative about this one. I think the nearest thing I can get to I always try to give a balanced review. The nearest thing I can get to a negative is that, hey, you've probably heard other songs like this. It's probably not going to reinvent the wheel for you. It's either going to be a style you like or a style you don't like straight away. However, you know, I think given what they were aiming for, they nailed it. So I'm definitely going to be checking out more of this group. As I said, I've been sleeping on this one a bit too much. But anyway, until I hopefully see you very soon in the comments or in the next one of these videos. For now, ciao, ciao.